Made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
What it do, people? You're now tuned in.
Popovich
TV.
TV. Oh yeah.
We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. To everybody else, you already know. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. So in the end game, cuz RaYFuL Edmonds, right? He just came on. 35 years. Ooh. And like Jada said, and I'm tired of hearing about old niggas that had it be the same old niggas that ratted. Who cares? Let's talk about how we hawk niggas in they fucking back. Gun works official, but niggas don't be wanting that because they puss and they mans is lame. We so for real in the hood, we made candy rain. And you know, I'm not kicking the brother, you know what I mean? He did what he did, you know, as far as before he went to prison, when he got to prison, and we'll see what he do now. But so out of DC, obviously, if you don't know who I'm talking about, you know what I mean, a lot of times in 35 years, besides your family or people that's from that area know the history, it's really just like a buried treasure or a buried to obviously to get released, or maybe a blogger or two may talk about, etc. I wasn't familiar with the brother, I'm not even gonna lie. And it's a lot of brothers like him, you know what I mean? A lot of brothers that, you know, from the 90s, the early 90s, or early 2000s, go away 20, 25 years, you come back, people like, oh shit, you know, who's that? And some of the comments was like, who is this? And, you know, I'm not bigging him up, but he did post up on Instagram, or somebody got the clip of him, you know, coming home, etc., being released, and he like, yeah, I'm back, better than ever, etc. And I seen Brian Glaze on the real Brian Glaze. He was talking about him, obviously saying he got a good testimony to give, and he can direct a word towards the right, as far as the youth and what not to do. And you know, right off the bat, when you flip, as you know, that's the words that he used, or become an informant, start cooperating, tell, become a snitch, a rat, etc. Right? Obviously, people from the hood, even though they never been in those situations, they never faced that kind of pressure, they don't know what the fuck they'll do. And I'm not condoning anything, right? They bashing, they saying the most, and woo woo woo. And again, his history is his history. Got locked up in, I believe, 1990, right? Flipped in 1994 when I first got arrested. So when Lynch Mob and all them got arrested, 42nd, right? Lenox Ave, Crime Square, my block, right? Even though I got locked up in May, and then they got locked up, I think, in like June. Anyway, flipped in 94. Did some other shit in there with the Colombian cartel, gave him another 30. But because he was cooperating, or they flipped him, or he decided to flip, started getting, you know, according to this news clip, over 100 arrests. So you locked up for the shit you did, you know what I mean? Fucking the community up, etc., getting money, getting to the bag, being the big Willie, playing the role, right? You get knocked, you don't stand strong, 10 toes, you flip, but then not only do you flip, you get new niggas arrested. So you bring in new niggas. So niggas in the comments and people in the comments is definitely like the worst type of scum of the earth. And I'm not mad at them for viewing him that way. What I'll just say is that, are you surprised? Are you shocked and you amazed when you put the beat on? And I'm saying that in the sense like, yeah, you got people that stand strong, 10 toes down. They wear that 30 years on their conscience. Like Nas said, wave spinning, looking like Mike Bivens from New Edition agent. You know what I mean? Like still looking young, in shape. You 50, you 54, and I don't think he looked bad as far as age 59 to be locked at 35 years, right? In the federal penitentiary. We seen worse. We seen people out here look washed. They ain't nowhere near close to his age, right? And you do the unthinkable, you get other people not. But we know that people don't stand 10 toes down. We know this. We know that people flip all the time. Killers flip all the time, from Sammy the Bull and other hitmen for the mob and other street niggas. That you out here killing niggas. And then you tell. And like I was posing the questions for people in the comments, right? And this was about Alpo. I wasn't defending him or nothing like that. But what I was saying was, he was a killer. He did, you know what I mean, put work in, right? In that regard, street shit vein. You never did. For the people that didn't, I'm talking about. Would you tell him to his face? Would you dare tangle with him or, you know what I mean, getting something with him? Knowing what type of person he is or is capable of doing? You wouldn't. So even though he may have snitched and told, right? You in the comments behind the phone on the computer talking wild shit, even though nigga told, still gangster or still did quote unquote street gangster shit that you haven't done. And I'm not saying because you didn't do it don't make you soft, your pussy, your bag, some Martin Lawrence shit, you soft and shit like that. Because I don't glorify none of that shit. He's a person that been up top, carry guns, shotguns, been shot at, did some things, right? None of it's to be glorified, especially at my age now. I don't glorify it. I don't look at it in awe. And even for the people that come from that stood 10 toes, or whether they told, I don't look in awe now. Like, you know what I mean? As before, maybe as a youth, and when you're impressionable and when you easily influenced, and like Nas said, worshiping every word these rope rocking niggas gave me. You know what I mean? These rope chain rocking niggas gave me. You look with awe. You look like these is the guys. You know what I mean? They got their control on the block. They driving the whips. They got the change. They got the knots. They got the bitches, right? Niggas respect them. You don't know all the ins and outs. You don't know about the jail, but nobody is like, yeah, homie told, when you younger, obviously when you come to the realization or it hits you like the back of the limo like Ike did Tina, and you're like, oh, okay, I look at this gangster, they doing certain things, but when you get locked, now they start talking about the L. Now they start talking about you never, ever, ever coming home. Like forever, ever, no. Forever, ever, nigga. Like you're never gonna come home. Only time you come home is in the body bag. Then you start thinking like, damn, was that shit really worth it? And what can I do to get back out? And as long as it ain't no Harlem niggas, I'm being funny like the movie. As long as it ain't none of my niggas, yeah, I give up some other niggas somewhere else, and I think we're gonna drop a dime on these niggas, right? And you start telling. The thing is now, what are you gonna do? People was in the comments saying what they think he gonna do. I'm just bringing it up in the sense of your life ain't gone. 59, still can live a whole lot. People saying he still got money left over, etc. Obviously, you in a halfway house now. Your life is still not going to be you just walk back out like if you didn't tell, because you did put people away. But if you try to turn a negative into a positive, speaking to the youth, as Brian Gibbs was saying, speak your testimony, so to speak, right? And let people know that, yeah, I did X, Y, Z, and then I did X, Y, Z, and none of it panned out to be shit. I spent 35 years in the penitentiary doing hard time, and, my name is tarnished. I hurt people, I did a lot of fucked up shit. Don't you go that route. On some whole shit, like, whole so crack, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. You was raised in the projects, roaches and rats. Smokers out back selling their mama's sofa. That you can do better than what I did, and you don't gotta waste your life and your time trying to chase behind some image and some street code shit that ain't gonna pop off for you anyway. And Nas did, quote on Purple Tape, props is a true thug's wife. It's like a cipher. Some will come home, some will go in, do a bullet, come back, do the same shit again from the womb to the tomb. Presume the unpredictable. Guns bust rapidly. That's the ritual. Like, props is a true thug's wife. You know what I mean? In that sense, like, especially if you stood tall for whatever reason, and we know the reason because people glorify street shit. So if you stood 10 toes down, them props stay with you. You know what I mean? At least longer than a lot of other shit do. You know what I mean?
You know the vibes.